Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We have talked a lot this year and also in recent years about the Warzone servers, and I get asked a lot, Zach, why don't you talk about the servers? Why don't you say that they're bad? I feel like I do a lot. The thing is, though, I don't want to have content here on the channel where every week it's, hey, the servers are bad. The next week, hey, the servers are bad. The next week, hey, the servers are bad. Because at that point, we're just posting content to complain. I don't really feel like we're making a positive impact with that because we're not bringing anything new to the conversation. That said, today, we are talking about the Call of Duty servers because as obnoxious and as poor as they've been in the past, as it stands right now, I feel like the Warzone servers might be at a new low. The packet loss issue going on in game right now is so ridiculously extreme and honestly pretty embarrassing considering just how frequent it is, how loud and how vocal the community has been about this, especially in the past few weeks. And yet, as it stands right now, when I'm recording this video, we've seen no updates to address this and there's been no communication to address this either. Now, sort of to exemplify the packet loss issue, I was playing last night, going for some gameplay for some upcoming videos, and I had a 55-minute recording. And what you guys are about to see is a sped up 750% speed or whatever, little, montage, if you will, of all the various packet loss lobbies I was put into. Enjoy. So like I said, I don't know how many lobbies that was exactly. Several of them were back to back, as you saw no cuts there, at least in the queue searching stuff. So with that was more than half of the lobbies that I played in roughly an hour's time. Now, luckily for me, I'm in a position where I can spend a lot of time playing this game and going for gameplays, and I'm not too stressed about, I need to get this tonight. I want to level up these guns because I have to, go away or I have to go to work or whatever the case might be. However, certain players are much more limited on time. And if you're someone who only gets to play, maybe an hour a night or a couple hours a week or whatever, and that's your experience, I can't imagine you'd want to consistently jump back on this game. That just would kill all motivation and all reason to jump on if over half the lobbies you're playing in are genuinely unplayable because you're playing from a different dimension. You're in slow motion and your bullets are going through the space-time continuum. It's just a ridiculously, not fun situation. It is, like I said, borderline unplayable, and it's so frequent. Now, before, like I said, we've talked about the server issues. It would be, hey, every couple of lobbies, maybe we get a packet loss one. It's weird. There's also been situations in the past where pretty much all my squad that I plays with lives on the East Coast. So I'll play on their host so they don't have to play on a higher ping versus just me on a higher ping, right? And for whatever reason, same time every night, certain lobbies on an East Coast host would have a lot of packet loss. So we'd switch over to my host and my Colorado host. We'd find whatever lobbies, Texas server, a Chicago server, whatever the case is, no packet loss. And we were okay. And we'd just have to play on my host for a little bit. We've tried doing that. I've tried various other methods of, making the connection more consistent to no avail. This packet loss issue is worse flat out than it's ever been. And I do want to say, if you want to get more eyes on this topic and ideally get a response from Call of Duty, from the devs on this, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. It does help share the video around and get more eyes on it. Also, if you want to stay in the loop with all things going on in COD, perhaps one day down the road we can talk about significant server upgrades. That'd be the video that I'd be the most excited to make, honestly. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. That way you'll never miss another video in the future. But here's the thing. This is far from an issue that's exclusive to me or to my party, for instance. Like, I was so fed up after last night of constantly seeing this like every other game. I just posted this tweet, purely packet loss based, and I mean the replies kind of speak for themselves. Now, I was asked about, you know, port forwarding. COD recommends you do that to open up your NAT type. This is not something that's going to directly fix packet loss. You might get some different lobbies, but the packet loss issue is spanning across pretty much all servers from what I can tell. At 18% packet loss in my NA East lobby. Is it just COD or other games? Certainly seems like it's just Call of Duty, at least when it's this extreme. Had 45%. Been like this since season 4, and it definitely has. I think that's sort of a common denominator here. Season 4 dropped, and while the update wasn't like game breaking for once, which was certainly nice to see, it has just the most extreme packet loss issues that we've seen. Like I said, it was bad before, and we'd get it here and there. Since the season 4 update, though, is definitely when I've personally noticed this being way more frequent. So it's not just me, definitely not just you. I thought it was me. I thought I was tripping for a second. Definitely not just you. 38%. I thought it was me who was about to complain to my neighbor saying he had cheap internet. Same. Like, this is an issue that tons and tons and tons of people are seeing happen in game, and it absolutely needs to be addressed. And I think the main reason I wanted to talk about it in this video is the fact that there has been no communication on this. Any transparency with this subject, I think, would go a long way. But as you can see here on the Sledgehammer Trello for global multiplayer and zombies, there's nothing on here about any server issues, any stability. We have things for the Sidewinder, no stock on the car, DNA bombs not working correctly, other things for zombies like losing stashes and stuff like that, but there's nothing here about any server issues, any packet loss issues, nothing of that sort, which is disappointing to see. Same deal on the Warzone Trello board. Now, yes, there is PC crashing and stability reports where you can actually report stuff from December 9th, 2022 is the last time they talked about that. Issues with thermal barracks being disabled, crossbow bolt being, removed in ranked play, stuff like that. Find a party, but again, nothing on here about servers, about packet loss. Now, here's the thing. These studios, Raven doing this Trello board, Sledgehammer doing the other ones, the studios themselves are not the ones fully in charge of the servers, right? They're run by, I think Demonware is the name of it, that Call of Duty sort of outsources to, and that's where the servers are run through. However, this is our line of communication, right? So while the devs themselves and the studios themselves might not be fully responsible for the packet loss issues and everything going on, the communication would have to come through them, at least to my understanding. I am ignorant when it comes to game dev, so I could be off on some things here, but this is how I'm led to believe it. And that's what I think is the most unfortunate. As I said, we have all this other communication. We've got all sorts of promos on the Call of Duty Twitter for, hey, buy the new bundle, or hey, look at the new Black Ops 6 teaser, stuff like that. You go to jump on the current game and your experience is somewhat miserable because you're floating through the space-time continuum as you're trying to chow a guy on Fortune's Keep or on Rebirth or on Urzikstan, because the packet loss is happening every other game or every game, and it just makes the game completely, just downright a chore to play in some cases, right? So this is something, it has to be addressed. It has to be updated in some way, shape, or form, because clearly something happened. This packet loss issue was always rough, but it was never as bad as it is right this instant post season 4. So hopefully this video can sort of shed some more light on this issue, and ideally, push for some amount of transparency, some amount of communication, or eventually a fix for this issue that is causing problems for not just myself or my squad, but hundreds of thousands of players on this game. That being said, that's going to wrap things up for this one, though. If you enjoyed the video, or if you want to help share it around, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. That way, every single day you can guarantee you're up to date with all things going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.